Well, to complete my remarks today, I thought I would invite a special guest to join me here on the stage. Governor Romney, the unintentional theme of your convention was "Make My Day." So now that you're here, I'd like to take just a few minutes and do exactly that. You see, because for at least the last 6 years, you've been running for president. You've held yourself to be a progressive, a moderate, a conservative, and earlier this year, you even became a severe conservative. You have a way of changing from day to day, but I digress. It wasn't that long ago that you told the people of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts that if they voted for you for Senate, you'd be a better friend to the gay and lesbian community than Ted Kennedy ever was. And yet today, you call for a constitutional amendment banning same-sex marriage, and you'd like to reinstate the don't ask, don't tell policy. It wasn't that long ago that as the governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, you authorized contracts worth millions of dollars with Planned Parenthood. In fact, you praised their work. Yet today, you wanted to fund them and put them out of business, even their most critical services, the screening for breast, cervical, and uterine cancer. You've gone from supporting universal health care with a mandate to promising and vowing to repeal Obamacare, no matter the cost, to our seniors, to our workers, and to our poor. You've gone from supporting comprehensive immigration reform to demanding that undocumenteds deport themselves and vowing to veto the DREAM Act, ending the dreams of millions of young people who've never known any other country but America. No matter the issue, no matter the topic, Governor, you've held every position possible, oftentimes several of them at the same time. However, you've occasionally let your true feelings emerge. Like when you said, just let Detroit go bankrupt. Let me remind you, Governor, that it was your dad who helped build Detroit and the auto industry. And it was Barack Obama who resuscitated them and allowed hundreds of thousands of people to continue to have good middle-class jobs in the heartland of America. Or when your disdain for regular people slipped out, when you said, I'm not concerned about the very poor. After all, they have a safety net. The problem is that safety net already has a hole torn in it, and you have promised to tear an even bigger hole in it the minute you become the President of the United States. Then, of course, you're right. Then, of course, one of my personal favorites was when you cockily told an attendee at one of your events that corporations are people too, my friends. Well, let me tell you, my friend, corporations don't have hearts. Corporations don't have brains. And one thing your vaunted corporate career has taught all of America is that corporations don't have souls. At the Democratic convention in North Carolina, President Clinton said he balanced 4 budgets in a row with one simple tool, a thing called arithmetic. That arithmetic is the same thing that President Obama is trying to use to solve our budget crisis today, the one that George Bush left for him. You see, he wants to use a little subtraction by cutting where cuts can be made. And he wants to use a little addition by making sure that millionaires and billionaires pay their fair share. And he wants to use a little bit of multiplication by ensuring that corporations pay taxes based on what they earn here at home, not divided by their earnings in their offshore accounts. Now, I think it's pretty obvious to everybody in this room, Governor, that you never studied arithmetic. In fact, it seems that you must have studied the Republican New Math. Now, let me be clear. The Republican New Math isn't new. It's been around for a while, and it isn't really math. Though you and your cronies continue to try to foist those phony calculations upon us. The Republican New Math says by cutting taxes on billionaires and millionaires, it will somehow trickle down to those of us in this room who are regular people. We've learned that's a lie. It's a math that says raising taxes on working people by taking away the mortgage interest deduction will somehow put more money in the pockets of middle class and working people like we are, when in reality what it does is buck up the tax cuts you want for the millionaires, the billionaires, and the corporations. It's a kind of math that allows you to divide Americans into categories and then just subtract those that you don't like. You were surely using the Republican New Math when you said there are 47% of the people who will vote for Barack Obama, no matter what. 47% who believe they're victims. 47% who pay no income taxes. The only part of that statement that rings true was when you let slip your real true feeling. And that was when you said, my job is not to worry about those people. Your job is not to worry about the senior citizens who paid their entire lives into Social Security and Medicare. And your job is not to worry about those who are disabled and those who are serving our country in the military and those who are filling those meek jobs that were created under Ronald Reagan, George Bush, and George Bush. Because those are the 47% who are not paying taxes today. Those are the 47% who are not paying taxes today. And shockingly, Governor, many of them are in the reddest of states. That last statement was all I needed to hear, Mr. Governor. If I had any doubts, it told me. It told me that unlike President Obama, who wakes up every day trying to figure out how to help 100% of America, rich or poor, black or white, born here or born elsewhere, gay, straight, physically able or challenged, he is there to fight for each and every one of us each and every day. But not you, Governor. Each day you awake to a new story, to a new lie, to a new distortion. Each day you dream up new facts, new distractions, and new ways to divide America. And honestly, it sickens me. Your campaign pollster said it best when he said, your campaign is not going to be dictated by the fact checkers. And you just keep proving him right each and every day. Peggy Noonan, Ronald Reagan's speechwriter, said it right when the other day she said, I called the Romney campaign incompetent, but that was only because I was being polite. I really meant to call it a rolling calamity. Well, Governor Romney, she hit the nail right on the head. What's that, Governor Romney? You want me to shut up? You want me to do what to myself? Now, that's not a very charitable thing for you to say to me. And we all know just how charitable you are. Let me tell you a few truths, Governor Romney. There is no enthusiasm gap. The American people have figured out exactly who you are and what you're made of, and they don't want it. They know this president is fighting hard to fix the mess that George Bush and your cronies left behind. They know they can't trust you. They don't like you. They don't want to have a beer with you. They don't want to have a scotch with you. They don't even want to have a glass of milk with you. Let's be clear. The American people want to go forward with Barack Obama, not backward with Mitt Romney. The truth is, Governor Romney, I know what you're thinking. Did Bauman and the Democrats shoot 5 bullets or 6? Well, to tell you the truth, in all this excitement, I just can't remember. I've kind of lost track myself. But there are only 44 days left until the election. And you must be wondering, will Obama blow me out of the water? Governor Romney, you've got to ask yourself one question. Do you feel lucky, punk? Well, do ya? Thank you all for being here. Thank you for all you're doing. Thanks to our Democrats of the Year. You guys are extraordinary.
Thank you, Eric Bauman.